Well, this is it. After I watch this, I will have officially seen every single Don Bluth film. I have seen Secret of Nim, American Tail before. I've seen Land for Time, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Rockadoodle, Thumbelina, Troll in Central Park, Pebble and the Penguin, Anastasia, Bartok the Magnificent, and now we are going to watch Titan AE. I will officially have watched every single Don Bluth movie he's ever made. I know he's producing that new Dragon Slayer movie, but that's not out yet, so it doesn't count yet, does it? I'll definitely have to review that when it comes out, but yeah, here I am watching Titan AE for the first time. Unlike the Pebble and the Penguin Let's Watch, this is me actually watching it for the first time. And I don't know anything about this movie. I actually don't. I didn't watch any review for it, at least any direct one. I've seen videos about Don Bluth and like his history as a filmmaker and stuff like that do mention Titan AE at some points. Like, I am aware this movie wasn't the best critical hit. It was a financial bomb. So I am aware of that. I know this is the movie that closed down Fox Animation Studios, and it was so far until the new Dragon Slayer movie comes out, the last movie Don Bluth made. And even then I say that with the Dragon Slayer movie, like, meh, because he's not directing that movie, he's just a producer on it. So, you know, is he really making it? He's just kind of there as the producer. I mean, I guess it counts. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see till when that comes out. I think it's supposed to come out, like, next year, I believe. But anyway, yeah, I'm here to watch Titan AE. So, from what I've heard of Titan AE, it's not a good movie, but it's not, like, terrible either. It's kind of like Pebble and the Penguin. I've heard people compare it a lot to Treasure Planet and say it's basically a weaker version of that. That's basically the best way to sum it up. So, yeah, I think that's like the best way to try and view this, which is kind of ironic because this movie came out before Treasure Planet. So to say that it's just a discount Treasure Planet when Treasure Planet came out after this is kind of funny to me. But outside of that, I don't know anything about this movie. I don't know what to expect. I didn't watch any of the trailers or any clips. I don't know a damn thing about this film. I really don't, other than what I've seen in other videos involving Don Bluth. So, with that being said, let's get into it. I am going in 100% totally blind. So, let's be enlightened, shall we? Wait, is this movie on Disney Plus? I did not check if this movie's on Disney Plus or not.
Once in a great while, mankind unlocks a secret so profound that our future...
Humanity is great, blah, blah, blah. We made many great things, blah, blah, blah. But we overestimated ourselves, blah, 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 and blew up the earth, blah, blah, blah. Is that right? Is that Dimitri? That's just Bro, that's just Dimitri from Anastasia. That's just Dimitri from Anastasia. Y'all kidding me? Like, am I just stupid? Is that not Dimitri from Anastasia? It looks exactly like him. What the hell? Okay, maybe when he looks older, he'll look different. But it's like, I'm sorry, it's so creepy. It's the same hair and everything. Also, that's a squirrel from Sword in the Stone, I believe.
Not okay. It's not okay.
Ted, keep him safe.
He then goes back in time to 1917, meets Anastasia. Look at that very Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica looking ship. Ah, don't worry, Florida will be fine. Florida's always fine, somehow. Oh shit, okay. Shit, okay. That looked kind of cool. So yeah, the CGI in this movie, it's not great. I won't lie. Like, for 2000, it's like, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like Anastasia had better CGI, and that was about 2 years before, I think. Was it 1997 or 98? I think it was 97, so maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, and the aliens' designs just looked really odd. I know it's only like, we're like 6 minutes in. It just, like, it just seems kind of generic so far, you know? Like, I don't have my expectations that high because I've heard people say it's not that great. And yeah, from the setup, it just doesn't look that interesting. It looks kind of generic. Like I've seen this kind of thing before, you know. The kid gets separated from his parents. The Earth gets blown up by a weird alien force. The aliens just didn't even look that interesting. What were they called? The Dredge? I'm already forgetting what they're called. I think it's called the Dredge. They don't. I don't know how I feel about their design yet. I don't know. I'm being too harsh for someone who hasn't even seen this movie yet, so we'll keep watching. It's just Dimitri. He's older and he looks almost exactly like Dimitri. Like, really? I'm sorry. That's gonna be so distracting. That's gonna be a big issue. It's just the same character model, pretty much, or the same drawing, I guess. I guess there's slight differences. Like, I think Dimitri's chin was more narrow, but outside of that, like, oh wow, it's the exact same. Oh wow, it's like 90% the same thing. Is this like that Final Fantasy movie that tried to like have like 3D models be like actors, where it's the same model over and over again? I don't know. I'm not feeling this. Alright, I can already tell. It's a bad first step. Bad first step. Typical early 2000s movie. You gotta have that edgy punk rock. That kind of like grunge rock in the background. It's so weird. It's like we just saw the Earth fucking blow up and now we're gonna have this fucking grunge song play in the background during, I guess, what is basic construction work. Oh wow! It's almost like Jim from Treasure Planet! Again, I know this came out before Treasure Planet, so it's kind of unfair to say that, but yeah. I remember the scene from Treasure Planet.
Every day I wake up, it's still the present. The same grimy, boring present. We gotta get out of this dump.
I get it. Please don't panic. Just do your best floating time. 2 seconds. Just needed some love.
I'm already kind of annoyed by this movie. Like, it's just kind of screaming generic to me. Like, the main character is an edgy, well, he's not a teenager, but he's like an edgy young adult who wants to leave his boring life to go see something else, and it's like, yeah, I can already see where this story's going. I'll admit some of the alien designs are kind of cool. Like, those look kind of neat. It's like panthers with piranha mouths. That's kind of cool.
I want you to give up everything you have to join the mission where you'll face terror and torture and possibly gruesome death.
Villain. I'm calling it now. He's the villain of the story. I'm calling it right now.
It's genetically encrypted to your father, and therefore to you.
Wow, a map! I see it. I see where people come from when they bring up the Treasure Planet comparisons. I really do. They have the edgy young adult. They have the map. They have this father figure-esque character who I assume that's what his name. I already forgot what his name is. What that guy's gonna be. And I'm calling it out. He's gonna be a villain. I can already tell he's gonna be a villain, or at the very least an antagonist or something. Maybe he'll turn around and be a good guy. I don't know. But yeah, I can definitely see where people were coming from when they said this is a discount Treasure Planet. Yeah. Wow. I wasn't expecting it to be this similar, but yeah, it's pretty similar. Holy crap.
No, you're coming.
Go, Kale. I'll read about you.
Not that guy! He had like a whopping, 10 lines? Oh, no! Sorry, bye! I guess his name is Tech? I don't know. I don't even remember.
Guys, you're terrible. You're insanitary. Oh, I hope that
Hit him, please.
Hi, they went right down here. They came in my kitchen and they bullseye.
Yay! Okay, that's the first good thing about this whole movie. That reminds me, this movie's PG rated. I remember that. This is the first and so far only Don Bluth movie that's actually PG rated. And I'm starting to see I'm starting to see why it's PG rated, because there's a little more action to it. I bet Don was happy about that, because so many of his movies were neutered to be G rated, and now he could be PG rated in this movie, so that's kind of cool. Is that Power Man 5000? I'm sorry, it's Power Man 5000. That's probably the most 2000s like new metal band I can possibly think of, next to Linkin Park and Early Disturbed and Korn. Oh my god, wow. I haven't thought about that band in a long ass time. Wow, I wasn't expecting Power Man 5000 to be in a Don Bluth film. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, okay. Fair enough. And that would probably kill them instantly, but okay.
Is it dead? Can we eat it?
No, it's not dead.
Oh, the lip sync there was really weird, wasn't it?
Who are you?
Ah, the lovely and talented Stiff.
Jesus, those legs! Good lord! Legs for days. That woman got legs for years. Oh my god, that is a very uncomfortable character design. Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, aesthetically, that is a very odd design. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I know I said earlier that the alien designs were pretty cool, but that is, yeah, I'm not for that. That's very weird. It's like they just took a kangaroo and just gave it weird fucking legs. Okay, I mean that one looks pretty cool. I like that one's design, but that is, that's very weird.
Weapons specialist. Normally, she's very good-natured.
Again, some of the lip sync is off in some places. I'm noticing.
Multiplied by the coefficient of the friction. Apply the necessary force.
Mole? It's Mole. It's alien version of Mole from Atlantis. Yeah, that alien designs reminded me of, it's like Mole from Atlantis meets Jumba from Lilo and Stitch. That's what I'm seeing here with that guy's design.
Yes, this is all very fascinating, but take a look at this. It's a map.
Is that Nathan Lane?
You read it?
Can I read it?
Is that Timon from Lion King? Timon, where Pumbaa at?
Oh. Hey.
Oh wow. This shit's getting kinky, ain't it? I just realized that ship looks like a dick. The ship looks like a dick. How many other starships in sci-fi movies or TV shows look like dicks, huh? Like, man, it's like, why is that such a trend for your starship to look like a dick? Like, it's so odd. It's so weird, man. Like, why? Why is that such a trend? I don't understand it.
A little late. About 15 years too late to save the humans.
See, the Titan was truly visionary. Most advanced ship in the universe. That ship has the power to reunite the human race.
If I don't like the way things are going, I'll show you how much like my father I really am.
Yeah, except we don't know what your father's like. We barely saw him. I mean, I don't know, maybe we'll see him again, but like as far as I know, we're like half an hour in and we don't know much about these characters so far. They're very dry, very stereotypical. Like, you got your edgy young adult, you got the typical wisecracking mentor figure, you got the bland love interest, you got the snarky one. It's just, these characters are very dry. They're very kind of one note so far. I'm not really attached to them as much. Like, they're not bad per se. Like, okay, Kale can be kind of unlikable at times, but that just kind of goes with it. I'm sure he'll get better. But by now, it's like, I just don't really have a reason to be connected with these characters because they're just so dry, and we don't really understand much of what this means yet. I mean, I get it. It's like, oh, we're trying to save humanity. We're trying to rebuild the human race, and I'm just like, I don't know. Humans seem to be doing just fine. Like, there isn't much urgency behind it. Like, we saw humans at that place where Kale was working at, and we hear that they are around the universe or whatever. They seem to be doing okay, and I don't know, I guess the Dredge is hunting them down for some reason, but we don't really know why yet, so again, I know I'm only half an hour in, but so far I'm not really being pulled into the movie. I'm not really invested yet. The characters are just kind of uninteresting, they're kind of flat. It could get better from here, it could, but those are just my first impressions from the first half hour, and I'm just, yeah, so far the movie's not selling it for me, and on top of that, from what I have heard, I don't have high hopes it's going to get better from here, but we'll see. It's not terrible, it's just kind of dry and uninteresting. Admittedly, these things are kind of cool. Like, some of the alien designs are cool, but others are just a little weird. Like, too weird to make sense, you know?
My father.
Hang on, I'm just, like, kind of wondering, why on earth would they make the map like that? Why would the map have you go to a certain place just to be able to read it when you could just read the map, you know? Why doesn't the map just tell him where it is right away, you know? I mean, I guess you can argue the Dredge are trying to find it and stuff, but, like, it just seems like a completely unnecessary step. You could just bypass that by just making a code and just saying, here's how you read the map, and put it in a language that only humans can read, like English or Spanish or something. I don't know. It just seems kind of unnecessary to go to this other place just to be able to read the map. It just seems like an unnecessary step. It just seems like filler to me. Don't you just love when our side characters are fucking idiots? Yeah, it's such a great, enduring strength that I hope continues in movies for many years to come.
I was raised around people. Drifter colony bums, I believe is the term. No matter how hard things got, and they were hard, those memories kept us going. Once we had a home.
The Titan is our chance to find one again.
I mean, we don't know. It's so bland. It's just so dry. Like, good lord. I just don't give a shit, honestly. Like, humanity has gotten along fine, despite what happened to Earth. Like, what's left of humanity is fine. Like, I just don't sense the urgency. Like, the Dredge doesn't know what the Titan is. If anything, the map is putting humanity at risk. So, like, I'd say destroy it. I'd say get rid of it. Like, the humans are fine, you know? Like, I get maybe Kale wants to find his dad, or I don't know. I don't think that's what he wants. I don't think he cares about his father anymore. So why even have that be a thing in the beginning of the movie? Like, humanity is perfectly fine. I don't sense the urgency of having to find the Titan to fix humanity when humanity seems to be okay. They seem to be getting along just fine without it. That's the thing. It's like they're trying to build up the urgency, like, oh, we gotta find the Titan. It's the only way humanity will survive. Clearly humanity's okay. It's not that important. I don't get it. I don't get the urgency, alright? Like, and I don't get Akima being like, well, it's important to me. We don't know you. We don't know anything about you. You've had, like, what, 9 lines up till now? Okay. Sorry, it's just so fucking dry. It's so bare bones so far. Man, we're almost 40 minutes through. Sorry, I know it's just... Ugh. I just don't care. I'm sorry.
So what did the human race ever do to the Dredge?
It's not what we did. They're afraid of what we might become.
That's it? There's gotta be more to it, right? This kind of proves my point. The Dredge didn't need to go to that other alien planet to figure this shit out. Like, they have the technology, okay? They could just scan it and then figure out where to go. They didn't need to go to another planet. So, again, a completely unnecessary sidestep that just served as filler just to get Kale captured. Just, I don't know. Just kind of proves my point right there. They figured it out like that. No, she was... No! I had one conversation with her! I loved her! That's what that means, right? Clearly we were falling in love. We had one conversation together. God damn it, that was my wife now. Shit! And why are they keeping him alive? They have the map. They don't need him anymore. They could easily just kill him. I mean, I know he's the main character and all, but like, you know, they were cool with killing Akima, so why don't they kill Kale? Just saying, I know he's the main character, but it just seems kind of unnecessary and stupid.
Akima's signal is getting stronger. I think it's coming from the slave cages.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, how did we get here? Like, last time, like, we just saw her get shot out of the Dredge ship like a coffin out of Star Trek. Like, what the actual fuck? How are we here? How did we get here? This is such a weird jump cut. I mean, I don't know, maybe they'll explain it, but like, that just breaks the first rule of filmmaking right there. Show, don't tell. Like, we just went from here to here so quick. Like, oh my goodness gracious. I remember that they were tracking Akima. But again, it's just such an abrupt jump cut. We just, like, again, she was in space last we saw her, and now she's just here. Like, how did she get here? I mean, I guess we'll find out, but, like, again, it's just so abrupt. It just feels like they're just cutting corners. Like, I don't know. Does this movie have production trouble too? Like, is this another movie that had production trouble with Don Bluth? Because it kind of feels like that was a really weird jump cut.
An intelligent god. Didn't see that one coming.
Get it? We broke a cliche. Had to make a joke about it. Yeah, I've noticed the movie's been doing that every once in a while. Like, it has like a cliche moment, or it tries to subvert a cliche, and then it has to acknowledge how it subverted a cliche. It's like, yeah, sorry movie, you're still pretty generic and cliche at times. What's with the horror music build-up? Why is that in this scene? He's a gem! He's like Steven Universe, he's a gem! They're basically xenomorphs. Like, their design reminds me so much of Xenomorphs and Halo. I get it. I think Halo came out after this, though, but, like, the designs of those dreads just aren't that creative. They're not that imaginative. What was that fade to black there? Why? It can't just be because, you know, like, fuck humans, I guess. Oh, we're afraid of what they might become. It can't be that. It can't be that dull. It can't be that lazy. Even the text at the bottom just seems so last minute. Like, oh, we can't just have the aliens have their language. We gotta make sure that people understand what they're actually saying, you know? Can't leave it up to interpretation. We gotta know exactly what they're saying. Like, it was 4 words, and yet it sounded like he was saying a whole paragraph there. Or she, or whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know. Really? That's all it is. Just, yeah, fuck humans, I guess. Actually, I'm not surprised at all. Oh, wow. They're in love. They had a whopping 1 conversation together. So clearly they're together.
You know, we both got real lucky back there. But the next time around...
You shared 1 conversation together. You're not in love. Good lord. They didn't even save each other. They didn't do anything for each other that would warrant a romance. At least not yet. Just, ugh. Generic 2000s grunge song! Generic 2000s grunge song!
Thank you for trying to find me. It's more than my father ever did.
Your father was a great man, Kale.
He was voiced by Rob Perlman of all people. Okay, he's gotta be great. Okay, that was kind of dark. They actually saw blood and everything. Huh. New Bangkok? There's the fucking Death Star, really? I guess that's a little Easter egg, a little nod to Star Wars, I guess. Sorry, this may be PG-rated Don Bluth, but we're not gonna go that far. Sorry.
You forget the plan. I get you the Titan. I get rich. We have
Yep.
a deal, right?
Yep.
How dare you try to
Villain!
like that?
Called it! I fucking called that shit so hard. Oh, damn! Oh, shit. There's actually quite a bit of blood in this movie. Like, holy shit, I kind of dig it.
Why they not say goodbye to Cool?
Oh, poor... What's his name? I don't even know. I don't remember any of their names, to be honest. I don't remember any of their fucking names. Yeah, here's a whole human colony based around Bangkok. So why do we need the Titan? Again, this just proves my point even more. What's so important about the Titan that humanity needs it to survive when, again, we see humans flourishing just fine? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know? I don't know. It's just so dumb. Like, it's kind of just... It's just the more you think about it, the more the movie's plot is so irrelevant. It just doesn't make any sense. And yet, here we see humanity flourishing just fine. And it's just... The more you think about it, the more it just doesn't make any sense. It's just really nonsensical. The plot of this movie is so nonsensical. It doesn't have to happen. There's no reason to find the Titan at all.
Every time he kicks that thing, my brother thinks he's in a big grass field. Here on the colony, most people gotta shut their eyes to see anything other than rusted spaceship hulls.
Wow, thanks, random little kid. You really changed my mind about humanity and how important it is.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
It's another dick! It's literally another dick. I'm sorry, it sounds so out of place for a movie like this, you know? Like, I get it was from the 2000s, I get it was, like, that time era, but, like, the music is so ill-fitting for this movie. Like, it sounds so out of place. Like, fucking, who wants to listen to fucking All the Small Things while you're fighting the Empire or whatever? It's just so weird, you know? And I know it's not All the Small Things. I actually don't know what the song is, but it still sounds so out of place and weird. Plus, it's gotta give me a copyright claim, god damn it. Fuck.
Where is he?
I don't know.
This is actually... Okay, this is kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. This is actually kind of imaginative. Like, using the reflections to hide and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen it before, but the way they're showing it here, that's actually kind of neat. I kind of like that.
The bottlenose dolphin. These are animals. Or they will be.
We can make Jurassic Park, guys. Jurassic Park in space. Jurassic Park Galaxy can actually happen now. Fun.
You can let go, kid. I wouldn't blame you.
No! I'm not gonna let go!
Yeah, he grabbed the rope there, huh? Let me guess. Corso's gonna come back. He's gonna save the day, redeem himself. Okay, bland leader who has no motivation to kill humanity.
Maybe we can beat him after all.
What a surprise, he's redeeming himself.
I think I'll call it Bob.
Bob?
Why would you call it Bob? Those weird CGI models, ugly textures, this really how we're ending the movie? Yay, we created a new Earth, even though humanity was getting along just fine without it. Again, I saw no reason to actually do any of that. Okay, well, I didn't hate it. There's nothing to hate, really. This movie was just so dull. Ugh, just so... Out of all the Don Bluth movies, that was easily the most boring. I just did not give a shit about anything. I think the plot is nonsensical. There's no real reason to try and remake Earth. Remake Earth? Why not just find another planet that's like Earth? That's suitable like Earth is, you know? Why go to such incredible lengths to remake Earth when you can just find another planet that's just as good, if not better, you know? And on top of all that, humanity is getting along just fine with its colonies and all that crap, you know? I just don't get the whole purpose. It's just, the plot just seems so nonsensical and unnecessary. It's just, you know, it's just, oh my god. The characters, bland as shit. They are so flat, so one-dimensional. You don't care about any of them. Like, you don't hate them, but like, there's just nothing to them. They're just such bland, one-note stereotypes, you know? The animation, like, I hate to say this, the animation wasn't that great. I mean, the 2D animated stuff, it was good, but, like, the CGI, the 3D animation, it hasn't aged super well. Like, I get it's from 2000, but at the same time, it hasn't aged well, and the blending between the 2D and 3D just really did not look that good, even for the time period, you know? Again, I don't know a whole lot about the behind-the-scenes stuff. I'll do more research before the review comes out. Like, some of the alien designs were kind of cool. Some of the landscapes and space was kind of neat. You know, some of the flight sequences, they were kind of neat, I will admit. But, my gosh, I see where people were coming from when they say this movie wasn't good. It's not even so bad it's a good film. It's just so boring. It's just so dry, bland, predictable, cliched. It's just whatever. Oh my god. You know, I at least had some fun with Pebble and the Penguin, but this was just so monotonous and dull. I can see why it failed, because it just, man, it's just nothing to bring me back to watch it again. I mean, I'll watch it once more for the review, but then I'm never touching this movie again. There's nothing about it, you know? Like with Pebble and the Penguin, hell, even with the worst movies of Don Bluth, like Troll in Central Park or Rockadoodle. At least like I get it. At least I'm like, there's stuff to talk about, but this, it's just so whatever. I just don't give a shit. You know, like once I'm done reviewing Tiny, I am never gonna talk about it again. I'm never gonna watch it again. I have no reason to. The characters are boring. The story is nonsensical and predictable. It's cliched beyond belief. Outside of a couple of imaginative alien designs, the reflection scene was kind of neat, I guess. That was a little imaginative. But it's just so run-of-the-mill, like, you know, like, and you just don't care, you know, because it's just so cliche. You see everything coming a mile away, from when Corso was going to betray everyone to, you know, him deciding to redeem himself, you know, like, it's just so... And what's with the Dredge? Why do they want to kill humanity? Well, fuck humanity, I guess. We just need a villain, you know? Like, you couldn't give them a good reason, you know? Like, I can see where people come from with Treasure Planet, but Treasure Planet has so much more nuance to it. You actually give a shit about the characters. Like, you know, like, Captain John Silver is such an interesting antagonist, you know? Because he actually has layers. He has actual depth to him. You know, like he actually bonds with Jim, and so you kind of feel for the struggle between when he goes back and forth between wanting the treasure and, you know, wanting to, you know, be there for Jim, who he actually cares about now. But there's just nothing. There's just no reason to actually give a shit about their relationship, you know? Like the movie literally starts off with Kale being handed off to that other guy, and then he stays behind to sacrifice himself, but we never actually see the sacrifice. Nor do we actually get to know who that is. I don't even remember what the fucking guy's name was. The guy who looked like a weird bug-like thing. He looked like kind of like a discount Muppet, I guess. It's just nothing. There's just nothing to this movie at all. I'm trying to think about things to talk about, but I really don't have a lot to say. It's just so nothing. It's just such a nothing movie, you know? Oh, I'll try to think of something. This review's probably going to be kind of short. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this review was shorter than the Pebble and the Penguin one, because I just have nothing to talk about. Or maybe I'll just fucking... Or maybe I'll just fucking... Maybe I'll just talk about how boring it is for half an hour. I don't fucking know. I really don't know what I'm going to say in the review. It's just so... nothing. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me bore myself to death for an hour and a half. That was... That was nothing. I feel nothing. Rock on, I guess.
I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.